Dear friends, 2020 budget on 1st February 2020 is the most important dynamic change which is likely to come in the Indian economy. We are going to talk on what is the expectation of budget, what individuals should do, qua business, qua investment, qua buying of shares, qua each feeling in your mind. So this is a point, this is a focus on which you are reading. The purpose of reading or understanding budget is three things. One, how you should do a business in life, where to invest the money, how to invest by a corporate, by a businessman. These are all fundamental points which are covered. In this arena, we should look at it and we should not be carried away by the media, what they are saying. When you understand the whole budget, you will be able to understand what is going to happen. Okay. Now, I talk as a ISACA chapter president. These are the facility. I am CA Nitin, Pathak, Chartered Accountant. We regularly take classes at B11 Mondial Heights on different subjects. Our aim is to promote India, take it to a new high level. Today in these talks, which are going to talk about IT, GST, where economy is heading, and you can ask me a question by emailing me, by WhatsApping me. These are my personal opinion. Next slide, please. We are covering in this 2020 expectation budget in following ways. What are the proposed IT changes which are likely to come? What are the GST changes likely to come? What government is expecting an investment boost? What is the role of a national infrastructure pipeline project? Is there a drastic slowdown in GDP, which is a talk of a town? Is it recoverable? If yes, how? Whether 2025 $5 trillion is it achievable or not? And what is the individual role? And we conclude what are the individual what are the individual perception or role what you want to do to take economy to a different level, and we conclude that. Next slide, please. Now I am talking about income tax changes. Okay. Government is likely to, our finance minister, honorable finance minister is likely to reduce tax. When you reduce the tax, people have more money in their pocket. When people have more money in their pocket, they would either invest or they would buy some product, because that way our economy get a boost. Corporate tax liberalization is already done. Now it is further going to be liberalized to see that corporate have money in their hand, so that they can invest the money and they can look into, and their ROI return on investment will increase. Chapter 6A, we are PPF, NSE, we are likely to have more Chapter 6A deduction. Today, right now it is 2 lakh, it can be increased to 2,50,000 or maybe 3 lakh, because government want people to be induced to save money to boost the economy. Okay, with the more the investment is made, by our capital base would increase, and that would have a more leverage to come. HB interest limit is likely to increase because housing sector needs a lot of boost. Today housing sector is in deep problem, is likely to come out very soon, and housing sector employs highest number of manpower there. What are the sectoral boosts is likely? Okay. Today we are powerful in auto industry. Okay, our infrastructure projects are going to be there. Our government is likely to boost having an SEZ and EPZ. Just information technology is there. Government is likely to boost manufacturing sector to see that. And I am going to cover how infrastructural benefit would come. Next slide, please. The GST changes. A rate standardization. GST, there are a lot of rates. Now it is likely to have a standardization of rate. Because of that, there will be an easy mechanism of implementation of tax. Government is likely to reduce some of the rate in few products. say for refrigerator buying, air condition, some government, some agriculture machinery, so that people have more money, easy to buy. The GST collection is likely to improve by tough implementation of EAP, cross-checking of transaction, intelligent mining of data, and culprit can be punished. Today, few of the transactions are not recorded by the individual. They think that they would be likely to go scot-free, but sooner or later they are likely to caught, and they have to pay more tax, more and more punishment, and even government is going to be very strict on that. GST audit, today GST audit is not done by the CA, and there जैसे scrutiny होता है GST में, nowadays they are not doing GST scrutiny. Once that will start, there will be more collection. GST simplification would be there. There will be GST simplification for SME sector, and as there is more data available to them, there will be data mining. GST is a game changer for the country. People now the government, our country would be more GST and income tax compliant. Next slide, please. Investment boost. Government is planning and focusing on manufacturing industry boost. NM is dynamic enough, like China, need there for industry to grow and compete with multinational company. If you look at Seoul, like South Korea, when they become independent, they have no steel available with them. They don't have a manpower, but still government sponsored that. Now their industry product, they were importing steel core material. They borrow money. Still their industrial is today number one. Our Tata Steel was at the helm of affairs, but because of the introduction of monopolistic practices, the Tata Steel could not grow. But now government has planned that. Government is committed to make a difference. They are always in coordination with industrialists. Few days back, government has Narendra Modi has met all industrialists. They have made a 5-member committee, 5 core committee of a government base, which we would talk, and in consultation with them, they have formulated a new budget where they would be giving boost to the economy. You can see in the tweet, and Narendra Modi has promised that 5 trillion is no far away. It's not a dream. It's not optimism. It's not a pessimism, but it is realistic. And we are going to cross that $5 trillion economy. What government say, I am going to give industrialists everything what they want. We are going to give them a capital. We are going to have a manpower. Industrialists, those who are capable, just go and shoot it. We are with you. जैसे Alibaba है, जैसे Amazon है, their country is promoting them. Why should not we promote our industrialists to take to a new level? Only industrialists can take our country to a different level, because they have a strategy to work on it. They have a guts to work on it. They have a vision to work on it. They have a strategy. They have a manpower. They have a capital. They need some loopholes there. Certain government would do. Then we will be able to compete top of the world. Service sector. Our service sector is already on top. Now there will be some more things to come. Banking sector is in a doldrum. Now banking sector needs some infusion of capital, which government is planning. They have promised in the talk with Narendra Modi that we are going to boost the banking sector. A banking sector needs a manpower, which is qualified, capable, strategies are there, and there are demand too also. So it is likely that the banking sector would also get a boost. Next slide, please. We are lagging in manpower planning. Our manpower planning is very weak. Our SOP is SOP means standard operating. When I visited China 10 years back, they have got accounting university. Their university is beyond your thinking. They were treating 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months training to the accountant, and they go there in their respective field, and they make their country tax compliant. This manpower planning is missing. Cleanliness vision is going cleanly. Ganga is already, government has appointed a one man to see that Ganga is become clean, and waterways are planning. Nowadays, government plan that our waterways are able to transport goods from one place to another place. Varanasi to Calcutta is already one ship has started moving. Rainwater harvesting started working on it. Government solar plant. Agar solar plant today is, we are number one manufacturer in the world. What is the technology is now government is giving subsidy to even home also to have their home, their own solar projects. If you look at in Ahmedabad, there are many persons who have a solar plant in their home, and they are able to give electricity to torrent power, even after using their whole this thing. And they are able to have a ROI within 3 years or 4 years, whatever they have invested, they are able to get back their money. And because of that, soon India would be solar compliant. Now in very few days, India is importing oil. Now as electric motor is likely to come, government has a big plan to go for this electric battery run buses and vehicles. Once that started cropping up, India would be stop importing oil. That would give a boost to our economy. Government's next target 2025 before election, they want to see that each houses get a tap water. Last time they declared in the election, Narendra Modi first government, I would give each house electricity. Today this one, when tap water comes to everyone's place, the household person doesn't have to work for that, and that energy, that capacity, that utilization would be available for country to make the utilization of resources. Next line please. National infrastructure project. If India needs to be, it is estimated India needs $4.5 trillion by 2030 to sustain growth. जिस तरह से हम वर्ल्ड में आगे आ रहे हैं, ओके, इसके लिए हमको $4.5 trillion चाहिए to boost this thing. Now government has made national infrastructure pipeline. In last 6 years, government invested 51 lakh crore already by central and state, which is already pipeline. If you go to a village, there would be a pakka road in every village. Okay, and I had visited many villages. It is not Dhamar road, it's a concrete road. It can sustain in any condition. That is not Dhamar road, जो आता है वो निकल जाता है. Another 102 lakh crore NIP is set up to make 5 trillion economy by 2005. 102 lakh crore is declared by Narendra Modi Saab in our independence speech. Till today, 70 stakeholders have been already detailed plan, 39% by central space, 22 projects, and there are detailed plan is been worked out. In addition to that, next slide please. In addition to that, there would be 3 lakh crore more project is in plan other than 102 crore which is already in pipeline. More, what is the purpose of NIP? NIP would available more infra project, grow business. पहले FSR way में होता था. Now it is pipeline decided by the central. Where to have a road, where to have a rail, where to have a airport, where to have a pipeline. Everything is decided. Proactive, grow business, create more jobs, improved ease of living, equitable access to infrastructure, and making growth more inclusive. Next slide please. How is NIP going to help? Government would have a more well-developed infrastructure, economic activity, creates additional fiscal space and ensures quality of expenditure in productive area. Like इसको बोलते हैं efficient land, efficient resources would be made available by the government. Because of that, government would be able to collect more revenue, and more people would be benefited. The government's main aim is to uplift the poor people. Developer. When this NIP is there, ओके पहले FSR वे में होता था. नाउ दे वुड बी हैव ए वेरी क्लियर गाइडलाइन where the project supply would come, where the time better bidding. पहले aggressive bidding होता था. Now they would have a proper bidding, ensure enhanced sources of finance. A bank would get repayment back as there are more. This next slide, please. Today, where we are? Today we are 5th in GDP, nominal term, 3rd in PPP. USA is first, China is in first in PPP, USA is second, we are 5th. We are third in we are 5th in nominal terms. First China and this thing. Our export is $330 billion, which is 1/8 of USA, and China is exporting 5 times than our country. Is it possible and feasible? Yes. Once we start implementing NIP in another 5 years time, we will be able to do that. We are today developing a lower middle class. USA has higher economy and China is already upper limit. Next slide, please. Our GDP 2010, when this government came, started going down, up, and today it is among the lowest one. Is it an alarming size? Alarming GDP growth is bad? No. पहले जो घोड़ा दौड़ता था वो वीक था. अभी घोड़ा दौड़ता है like 2 horses are at the same place. One is feeble but running at a speed. This horse is very stable. I give you the reason. Next slide, please. Where today buzzword, but पहले जो घोड़ा दौड़ता था वो क्यों दौड़ता था? They were not acknowledging the NPA. जो good money were chasing after bad investment. Today, so जैसे investment बढ़ता है, production बढ़ता है, but it was on a wrong sector, wrong places, wrong management. Because of that, our GDP was showing high. But today it is in a अभी आज की तारीख में जो भी बैंक में NPA is rational, is all acknowledged, well drafted, and government doesn't want to hide anything just to show the higher performance. पहले inflation बहुत high था, now inflation low है. Fiscal deficit in terms of GDP were very high. Today it is around 3 point something, which is this. पहले हमारा country was very less tax compliance. Because of that, investment circle 2 नंबर के पैसे से पूरी economy चलती थी. Because of that, government GDP was showing how. Now GDP is low, but is it possible to hit $5 trillion by 2025? I'll explain you how it will be done. Next slide, please. अभी मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि नरेंद्र मोदी साहब ने क्या किया फर्स्ट टर्म. Should we skip this or should we continue? You want to continue with NM first, NM second? Should we cover it? Okay. मोदी साहब ने जब आए तब उन्होंने आधार पान कार्ड से लिंक कर दिया. आधार पान कार्ड से लिंक कर दिया, बैंक से लिंक किया. तो अब पहले जो गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर स्कीम थी वो बीच वाले राजीव गांधी बोलते थे, वो इज अ वेरी गुड पॉलिटिशियन, वाज एक्सेप्टिंग द मिस्टेक एंड इट वाज कंटिन्यूइंग. इट्स नॉट अबाउट पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट, बट मोदी साहब ने आके पहले इसको सब ठीक कर दिया. Those who are beneficiary of a gas, those who are a beneficiary of any subsidy, it goes directly to their bank account linked with the Aadhaar card. GST implementation, largest network of today. नरेंद्र मोदी साहब की पहली गवर्नमेंट की आधार कार्ड लिंक टू दैट. GST, largest network in infrastructure. Because of that, tax collection improve, efficiency of doing business improve, goods directly goes to a right place. Okay. पहले जो बीच में जो टाइम लगता था वो अभी नहीं. कोई भी जगह पे चेक पोस्ट है ही नहीं. और ईवे बिल में जो भी आप करते हो सीधा इनका वो भी अभी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप हो जाएगा, इनका टैग होगा. पीपल वुड बी एबल, मतलब गवर्नमेंट वुड बी एबल टू नो फ्रॉम वेयर द ट्रक हैज़ गॉन, वेयर ट्रक इज रीचिंग, एवरी इंफॉर्मेशन इज अवेलेबल थ्रू टैग. सो उनका जो चेक नाका पे चोरी करना था वो बंद हो जाएगा. ईवे बिल कंटेन्स एवरीथिंग. Before they leave the place, they have to mention what the goods are there. and when you reach, everything is notified before X end, and it can be easily uploaded from anywhere. So these are the way our mechanism is there. Demonetization से बाद अगर मेरा पैसा लॉकर में पड़ा रहता है तो इट डजंट गिव इंक्रीज द जीडीपी. जब भी आपका पैसा बैंक में 100 रुपीज़ डिपॉजिट होता है, इफ माई 100 रुपीज़ इज पुट इन एन डिपॉजिट इन अ बैंक, it creates 672 rupees as an investment through cycle. This has been done in China because of their GDP ratio. GDP ratio to a bank in China is 200% something. In India it is around 47 something. Once it would improve our because of demonetization, government has done all steps that people don't enter into cash transaction, and there is heavy penalty. Those who are habituated to do that, they will be punished. Country has been brought to a tax compliant IRC, NCLT, and there are make industrial and banker make responsible for what they do. पहले बैंक वाले जो जिस आदमी ने पैसा लिया वो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट, वो बैंक को जाके बोलते थे मुझे फाइनेंस चाहिए, अगर आप फाइनेंस नहीं दोगे तो मेरी इंडस्ट्री बंद हो जाएगी. तो बैंक वर फोर्स टू फाइनेंस. से फॉर एग्जांपल मालिया और काफ़ी इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट थे. अभी जो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट एनपी हो गया और कोई भी बैंक, तो दे कैन बैंक कैन गो टू इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन कोड एनसीएलटी, एंड बैंक द इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट वुड लूज द कंट्रोल ओवर द बिजनेस, and they would lose their industry, they lose our control of business, they lose all their facility and their personal assets and liability which have been so far never कभी किसी ने अटैच नहीं किया था. Now that started working. If I don't want to go on, what are the benefit we have received? But it's a huge benefit. Now our good money, bad money is converted to good money is invested for good money. So whole cycle would start flowing, which has been curtailed over years. Bank were hiding, auditors and management were punished. Next slide please. Government will faceless economy कर दिया. In income tax there is a faceless economy, faceless audit, faceless scrutiny. Now when I started my practice, I have to go daily to income tax. Today I have rarely to go to income tax. Whatever I think, I just submit it. When I am right, I don't need to go. Just submit the papers. They are accepting through email, they are accepting through portal. आज 2013 में जो भी लोगों ने गलत किया है उनका पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन गवर्नमेंट के पास है. नाउ गवर्नमेंट हैविंग ऑल इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट व्हाट इज डन बाय यू. आपने कितना कैश है आपके पास, कितना बैंक ट्रांजेक्शन है, कितनी प्रॉपर्टी, एवरीथिंग इज गवर्नमेंट हैविंग इट. नाउ ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट दे वुड आस्क यू, दीज आर द थिंग्स यू हैव इट. Now do you want, have you purchased through this means? This is the way government has grown. Our economy is going to grow. Government officials prefer paceless and digital bidding is done. Many infrastructure started functioning. Road, today defense, we have invested so much in defense nowadays since last 5 years. We are the highest purchaser of defense in last 3 years. Now because of that, our defense has become robust. Now we don't need to worry for our neighboring country that they would come and attack us, or they would dare to attack us, or they would dare to see at us, and we will not dare to see at them. We don't want to. We are not. We don't want to grow our country, go our area by cutting them. Only we focus on our thing. We don't allow anybody to have an eye on us. We don't want to your eyes also. Indigenous project, defense. In the first term, target was electrification, which was done. Next slide, please. Second term. In second term, they started with so huge issues of India, because now they have got a full government. They have a control over Rajya Sabha. They have done miraculous job. Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir was the biggest issue in the years to come. Now they say there is no issue. They pass something and things are over. Now if few people in Jammu and Kashmir are agitating, once they've been brought to a tax forum by having like उधर industry डाल दो, उधर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डाल दो, उनके यहाँ एजुकेशन दे दो, पानी दे दो, इलेक्ट्रिक दे दो, नौकरी दे दो, लोगों को आने जाने के दो, इंडस्ट्री डाल दो, मैटर इज ओवर. Nothing. Is it impossible? No. There are roads directly connected with Jammu and Kashmir now. There are rail which is connected to them directly. What we need to start doing business. It's very easy. Abolition of this 375 resolve Ayodhya issue. There was a dispute which is going on for years and years and years. Government said there is no issue. Why to politicize? I'm just covering in my last slide what every Indian should do to make India to a different level. We are not made by politicians. We are made by ourselves. Introduction Citizen Amendment Bill. This is CAA is a buzzword. I think that issue would be resolved that would start sipping amongst politicians, Indians over the world, and would be done for better good for country as a whole. If I look at like this in USA, when Trump has come, he said that I don't want any outside to be in my country. Okay, and our economy is strong. We don't want other country person should come and stay with our country. With few exceptions, we would make Rahul Gandhi also, other opposition would also happy. We would make see that nobody feel hurt. They feel hurt. We would take care of you. Okay, we are not against any NM Modi Saab or Amit Shah or Rahul Gandhi are not against anyone. We are with everyone. So CA issue would also be resolved in a short term. Transgender rules. These are the next slide, please. वुमन एम्पावरमेंट है, पुलिस का प्रेजेंस है, रोडवे. इफ यू लुक एट राम अयोध्या भूमि का जो भी प्रॉब्लम हुआ, एक वो नहीं हुआ. नोबडी इज हर्ट एंड स्टिल द इशू इज रिजॉल्व. पहले राइट होते थे, ये सब बंद हो गया. टैक्स रिफॉर्म इज बूस्ट. दिस विल गिव टू डिमांड एंड पुश इकोनॉमी. दीज आर द टेक होम of a country, how country is robust, how is going to come. I'm not talking about because I'm in favor, I'm pro NM or pro BJP. I'm saying what are the changes which has come. If it has been any government, these changes would have come. Because Indian economy is strong. India is strong. अब ये सब आपको इसलिए बता रहा हूँ कि why share market is going up. Our economy is going up. Share market is going up. It may be possible that our economy is down, still share market goes up. But it is not so. Share market is up because of our economy is up. And if you look at like this, अगर शेयर इंडेक्स को 3 पार्ट में बांटा जाए, शेयर का जो BSE टॉप कंपनी, मिडिल लेवल कंपनी, लार्ज लेवल कंपनी. टुडे large cap is up since long, but mid cap is not as high as जब अगर आप 1.4-19 का 1.18 का लो, इससे काफ़ी कंपनियां लो है. But once they go to a stream, they would also grow. And the same is with middle and lower large cap company. Next slide, please. Is 2025 achievable? If we grow at a 4.5% rate, I don't think we are achievable. What we need to do, in another 5 years time, we need to work around 10 years. Can we do the way we were doing? No. We were living in a status quo world. No. We need to be proactive. And मोदी साहब ने ये बजट आने से पहले ट्विटर में बोल दिया है. He has met all industrialists, most of the industrialists. He has met 5 big giant, I would name it here, you can look into Twitter. ये 5 आदमी को 5 दूसरे टास्क दिया है. सीतारामन ये सब इकट्ठा करके ये 10 जो फिगर है, आपको लगेगा ये बहुत इजी है. I am not optimistic, I am not pessimistic, I am realistic. Once we start playing one ball at a time, it's possible. If you look at China, in 1984, China was below our country, we were par. Today it is 7 times higher than that. If in 1984 somebody can come and tell me that China would be like this, is it thoughtable? Is it acceptable? No. Same with this South Korea. Same is with different situation. If today, if you look at our country's bowling average, batting average, our batsmen, today you think it is possible. 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, can anybody think that India would beat Australia the way we were beaten? We have beaten Pakistan n number of times. It's not about Pakistan or India, but it's about our robust economy allowed us. Same is achievable. Now I give you, there are 5 or 6 things we can do it easily and effortlessly. This is achievable. We can go beyond that. Next slide, please. One thing, we need a fund to invest in our industry. In last 8 years, we have bought $300 billion gold. What amount of money we got from all means, FII, FDI, लोगों से जोला मांग के हम लाए थे, तो सब मिला के कितना होता है? $245 billion, which is equal to our, we were exploring, हम लोगों को नौकरी देते थे आउटसाइडर, हमारे यहाँ नौकरी क्रिएट करने की बजाय, अगर जैसे ही इट इक्वल्स टू 11% ऑफ GDP, हमने ये 11% लाइक इट, अगर किसी को किसी टोडलर या तो बच्चे को अगर बड़ा होना है तो किसी को ब्लड देगा नहीं, बट हमको बड़ा होना है, बट हमने ब्लड किसी को दिया. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आवर ग्रोथ इज हैम्पर्ड इन ए बिग वे. अगर ये $300 बिलियन का गोल्ड इंपोर्ट करने के लिए 3 रीज़न चाहिए. अगर आप देखो इंडिविजुअली व्हेन यू बाय अ गोल्ड, ओके, इफ यू थिंक दैट यू वांट टू इन्वेस्ट गोल्ड फॉर ए पर्पस, व्हेन यू नीड अ मनी यू कैन हैव इट. अब सोना पहन के बाहर तो कोई जाता नहीं है आजकल, लोगों को दिखाने के लिए भी गोल्ड नहीं चाहिए. अब तो कार चाहिए, मर्सिडीज दिखा दो, या आपका घर बड़ दिखा दो, अपने रिलायंस की शेयर दिखा दो, मेरे पास इतने शेयर है. तो यू डोंट नीड टू सी गोल्ड. वुमन nowadays, young women never like to wear Mangalsutra and show it to us. They can have a Mangalsutra in other ways, showing it in a different way. It looks very nice, like beyond imagination. Now this jewelry and diamond coming in a different way, and which is more fancy and more like you don't have to take gold को आपको साफ करना पड़ेगा. अब ये जो ज्वेलरी है उसको साफ ही नहीं करनी पड़ती. You just instantly go into it. And they're so looking nice and better and adjustable. So I think most of the women prefer क्या बोलते हैं इसको, ज्वेलरी का क्या बोलते हैं इसको, हाँ, imitation jewelry. So it would be far better than that. So why still the woman doesn't want a gold, young woman doesn't want a gold, and you doesn't want to invest in a gold because you think that you are not going to get money when you want it. So you invest for your bad time. You don't do it for that. What is possible? Why then we still go for a gold? One of the reasons is we don't have a different option. We feel safe when we have a gold. Once bank is safe, once shares are safe, if your house is safe, we'll still go for it. We will still go for that investment. Only thing what government needs to do, government needs to create. Now it's very easy for Narendra Modi government to do that. Give them different option. Prepare a scheme by which people deposit the money in the bank. They give them a gold bond scheme. Though it has failed time and again, but doesn't mean that you can try it. So we had been trying since 1970 every match. We are failing many times. But still we are going to play this game. Government can play it. And one more thing which I must realize. Next slide please. मेरे को याद है कि in 1929 USA was going in a depression. Like उनका जो economy था वो मंदी में चला था. Roosevelt were committed to make a difference in the economy of a country. What it did in 1933, in the olden days when you need to have a currency printing, you need to deposit the gold. He one day declared that every gold should be deposited with the government. All American deposited with holy heart, and they printed a currency and they come out of depression. So if our feeling about being a nationalism comes in the picture, we can still go and put the money in a bank for a gold. our bank would be flooded with gold. We export the gold, we import the money. We would जैसे हमारे देश हमने गोल्ड बेच दिया लोगों को और हम पैसा लाए, वो पैसे से हमने इंडस्ट्री बनाई, and we can still grow at a huge speed, which is 10% would be like too small for us. आपको लगे ये 10% तो पहले सोचा था. अभी लास्ट मैच में जब हमारा जो श्रेयस अय्यर आया था खेलने द फर्स्ट मैच अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड, हमको लगा कि ये मुश्किल है, इसने 6 बॉल स्पेयर करके कर दिया. तो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि ये 5 साल में हमको लगेगा ये 5 ट्रिलियन होगा, तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि 6 महीने के पहले हम 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी क्रॉस कर जाए. जस्ट बी रियलिस्टिक. once we start doing one step at a time, it's absolutely feasible. Now again, one more issue is China. We today import more from China, around $58 billion than we export. And if we route through Vietnam, Bangladesh and Hawaii, it comes to $70 billion. Okay, what does it mean that $70 billion we buy Chinese goods, we import furniture, we import a lot of things. Certain things are required to be bought. There is no doubt about it. We need to buy from the China. We don't have any hesitation why we don't need to buy from China. But when it comes to a household material, what we can buy it, हमारा जो इंडियन जो पीपल है और वो घर पे बैठा रहता है और हम उधर से खरीद के लाते हैं. क्यों भाई, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? We can stop importing certain goods. We don't buy, we don't import. So we should take as ourselves as an Indian, and we should work as an Indian. Okay, let us take an example. Now it is said and done. Now what I said as an individual, what as a country as a whole we can do? What Narendra Modi government can do? What industrialists can do? What I as an individual could do? Let me take an example of JLR. JLR is exporting car to China. Okay, and can other car manufacturer cannot do it? What you need to do is go there and sell the product, create a brand, and once you create a brand there, you import from here, export from here. So for that you need to understand their requirement, their product, what do they want, create a marketing mechanism, create a person there, learn the language. Why cannot we learn the Chinese Mandarin language in India? Why we cannot teach in few schools Mandarin language? Once we understand Mandarin, we understand them, we can do a business very well. One step is easy. Why Dangal Fame earned 5 times revenue than what it earned in India. They have allowed 3 of our films to be shown in the screen there. I cannot remember. Okay, जैसे ये JLR हुआ है, हम भी कर सकते हैं. We can, next slide please. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, I know one of the industry in Ahmedabad. His whole export is in China and European countries. Whole China, and is in Ahmedabad. It's a big group. I don't want to name that. If do that, why cannot other company can do it? सिर्फ मैं मेरे क्लाइंट को जानता हूँ. They are many with our client. He is selling machine spare parts and spare part of OEM. He is sold abroad and in India. What he does, वो जो मैन्युफैक्चर खरीदता है उसका स्पेयर पार्ट बनाता है, स्पेयर पार्ट निकाल देता है, उसके वहाँ मशीन लोगों आदमी बैठे हैं, वो उनके पर्सन को वो कंप्यूटर में डिज़ाइन दे देता है. He approved the design and they would give it. They're done in a simple less machine and they're competing around the world. It's a listed company. So if it's like this, अपने belief नहीं हम नहीं कर सकते, but we can do it. We can be more competitive. One more example. USA renegotiated whole treaty. They fight like nets in bells. उन्होंने उनको भगाया, उन्होंने इसको भगाया, काफ़ी चीज़ें उनके इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को अरेस्ट किया, ये सब काफ़ी चीज़ें ड्रामा चला. इट्स लाइक ए वॉर. फिजिकल वॉर जितनी टफ होती है, इतनी ट्रेड वॉर इससे भी ज़्यादा होती है, और करेंसी वॉर इससे भी ज़्यादा टफ होती है. और डू वी हैव अ मैकेनिज्म टू डू इट? डू वी हैव अ गट्स टू डू इट? ऑफ कोर्स यस. We have a very well educated person. We have a good strategies available with us. We have a good industrialist with us. We have a good capital with us. And we are very well learned in this thing. Only thing, किसी को बोलना चाहिए ये करके दे. If they can do it, we can beat anybody in the world. We should start working on that. Let's not do it today. Start working. जैसे ही आप काम करना चलोगे ये अचीवेबल है. Next slide please. अगर ये हो गया, जैसे मैं आपको अलीबाबा का एग्जाम्पल देता हूं. अलीबाबा, व्हाट इज अलीबाबा? व्हाट इज जैकमा? अलीबाबा को गवर्नमेंट ने काफ़ी फैसिलिटी दी. Alibaba created a whole financial system in the country. Alibaba developed a system by which all suppliers are registered. Who are registered? One supplier registered, one cash registered, financial system is in place. Now, what do you want as a consumer? अगर ये दो हो गया, इसके लिए गवर्नमेंट ने उनको पूरा का पूरा सपोर्ट किया. अगर पूरे गांव में, पूरे चाइना में कोई गांव से आदमी मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकता है और ही इज अ सप्लायर. Every remote places they have created a supply. What they did, what Jack Ma says, do it. Now because of that, Jack Ma has some super hand over some poor people, but mostly Jack Ma is supporting the whole country. Now Jack Ma says I can supply a 40 hours goods to anywhere in the world. When Jack Ma and Alibaba can do it, why cannot India do it? So if this is the way India can think, only thing government wants, government should support industrialists. Government should support backward people. जो गरीब लोग हैं उनको किसी भी तरह सपोर्ट करके ऊपर ले आओ. But you can't support them and you can't support industrialists. You need to support both. More market presence. Next, this is possible and feasible. Next slide please. हमारा पहला गोल क्या था? हम ये इकोनॉमी क्यों नहीं कर पाए? हम गोल्ड बहुत खरीदते हैं. सेल्फ गोल हमको ये अचीव करना है. हमारा दूसरा सेल्फ गोल क्या है? हम चाइना से इंपोर्ट करते जाते, कुछ करते ही नहीं है. नेक्स्ट इसके पहले वाला ले लो. मैंने एनपीपी के बारे में बता दिया. वंस एनपीपी इज क्रिएटेड, लॉट ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वुड बी क्रिएटेड. वंस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज देयर, इट विल इजी फॉर गुड्स फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर प्लेस. सो दिस वुड बी हेल्पफुल टू दिस. आई एम नॉट कवरिंग इट हियर. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. चौथा गोल, पहला गोल गोल्ड खरीदते हैं, दूसरा गोल चाइना से इंपोर्ट करते हैं, तीसरा गोल यू नो वी नीड टू फाइनेंस आवर इंडस्ट्री, वी नीड टू फाइनेंस आवर बिजनेस. ओके, अगर ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस बोलते हैं, लास्ट ईयर वी इफ यू लुक एट अप्रैल 18 to September 7,36,000 crore were being given. And this year only 88% reduction in investment available because of NBFC and the collapse and the government mechanism by which. So because of that capital was not, but once you need a capital to start a business. अगर एक ये चीज़ मिल गई तो आगे जाएगा. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. हाँ, दूसरा क्या चाहिए? Anything and everything requires a law to be implemented. And industrial is not a policeman. Industrial is a machine that can work. But road and everything is to be provided by country law. Should not hurdle rather than become a factor. Some of the businessmen are in jail. काफ़ी लोग क्या वो कौन जेल में है? अभी लोगों के डर में फियर आ गया है कि हम बिजनेस करेंगे, पैसा नहीं भरेंगे, हम जेल में जाएंगे. बट ऐसा नहीं है. If you have done a business and you genuinely not manipulated the money, आपको जेल में नहीं जाना पड़ेगा. जो जेल में गए, कौन गए? नीरव मोदी. काफ़ी लोग जेल में गए जिन्होंने जीएसटी की चोरी की, जिन्होंने इनकम टैक्स की चोरी की, गवर्नमेंट का पैसा कोई और जगह पे ले गए. जिसे जेट एयरवेज वाला जो भी है वो खुद ने लाइक पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड जो जेल में कि उसने कुछ गलत किया है और उसका प्रूफ है, फाइनेंस के मैनिपुलेट किया है, तो those who are genuine have never gone into jail. So fear among the businessmen should be removed. If you make a business, if you do a business and if you do the genuine mistake, nobody has gone into it. If you are not able to pay the money, no problem. Have you manipulated the money and taken home? That's all. Only thing, if you don't pay money, go home, your business is taken, your asset is taken, that's all. Nothing more than that. So जो fear जो है वो निकाल दो. Land acquisition very tough. Some of the laws are not जैसे check bouncing है. Nothing is happened to anyone. It requires a law. Arbitration is required. There are many laws which can be implemented very fast. Many things can be done, and arbitration is one of the great mechanisms by which you can solve the issue very fast, instant. Even government is planning to have an arbitration in income tax also. There won't be any tribunal, arbitrator would be there. It will decide, it will be binding on both taxpayer as well as that. So arbitrator is required. Labor law acquisition, BPO, जैसे पहले जो था BPO में women were not allowed. Once you allow BPO in government sector or other sector, we can do it. We are very poor in 17 billion in government, 17 billion by Bangladesh, 45. We are exporting 17 billion dollar garment as compared to Bangladesh $45 billion. We are the highest manufacturer of cotton, highest manufacturer of yarn, highest manufacturer of fabric. But when it comes to garment, we are very far behind. Our factory layout is more superior. We are very well qualified. Only thing we have not focused on that. Let garment industry में छोटा बहुत काम करना पड़ता है. We need female labor to be worked on night shift. Once you allow, we can work on it. Next slide please. JECMA का मैंने example दे दिया. What we need to do today? Our industry is in problem. Construction industry is problem because of RERA. And NBFC were financing the construction project, which is not there. Construction is in problem because of RERA. NBFC in project because many loans are not repaid. And once this started happening, this industry would also go up. Next slide, please. So, पहला क्या था? Gold. Second क्या था? China. Third is our industry. Packed out. तीसरा क्या इशू था? ऊपर जाओ. Ease of doing business. What government should do? Allow ease of doing business. Once you do that, it's possible that we can do a good business. चौथा point था. Like I tell you, these are very important things which we need to take care. Once we visualize, I want to do a business today, okay, and I invest money. And the time goes, there are 4 reasons where because of which the project fails. I thought that there would be an electricity demand, but demand doesn't happen. और मैंने सोचा कि ये जूट चाहिए, बट उसकी डिमांड कम हो गई, इसकी वजह से मेरा बिजनेस फेल हो सकता है. दूसरा, सप्लाई. जैसे मैंने पावर प्लांट डाला, बराबर है, उसमें मुझे कोल चाहिए, but coal is not available. Because of that, my demand means supply. मेरा raw material मुझे नहीं मिल रहा है. Okay. तीसरा, management is equal to labor. Always India is not in a problem with labor, but good management. The management is equal to the proprietor or the owner who does the business and is supported by production guy, sales guy, inventory guy, and the whole team is there to take care of the business. If you don't manage, we have a very great management skill available with us. So management is never an issue. Capital is an issue because bank will finance only, और जो आदमी पैसा लगाते हैं वो अपना रिटर्न की सेफ्टी तो देखता ही है. तो कैपिटल इज ऑलवेज एन इश्यू. So demand is issue, government can take care, do something different. Supply is an issue, मैनेजमेंट, ये 4 रीज़न से अगर प्रोजेक्ट फेल हो जाता है। तो मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ। एक सत्यम का केस था। सत्यम वॉज Satyam, one day, Satyam management come and said that I've got this fake bank deposit which is not there with me. If you look into the balance sheet, on the basis of that, if asset is not there, company is in doldrum. Whole country is in. Satyam was a leading IT industry of that time, and they were listed in New York. And whole of our country's reputation was at stake. What Manmohan Singh government does, he appointed one CA and asked them to manage them, and they have been managed professionally. What they did, they carved out कि कंपनी के पास क्या था, सब ऑर्डर थे. So let order be implemented, so that flow of money would come. What was the asset with the other company? Company has a manpower which was able to deliver the services which they have contracted for, been carved out. Asset have been carved out. What is left with the liability? Government says we will pay in a staggered way. They negotiate with the payment who are supposed to make. And government pumps some fund, management, and the company was out. So what is the moral of the story of Satyam? Anything very in problem. Seoul में ओलंपिक गेम हुआ था. ओलंपिक होने के बाद में they collapse, their economy collapse. And what they have done, they restructure the whole industry by bifurcating demand issue, supply issue, management issue, capital issue. They carved out good, bad, and they become a powerful exporter of reconstruction of a business. पूरा जो restructuring of business, ये लोग करने में माहिर हो गए. And our काफ़ी प्रोजेक्ट गवर्नमेंट ने ध्यान में लिए है. किसकी वजह से है? अगर ये करेंगे तो अपना जो GDP है वो होने में बहुत, जैसे इफ़ यू लुक एट, आई गिव यू सिंपल एग्जांपल. हमारा जो फ्लैट है, काफ़ी लोगों ने दिल्ली में फ्लैट खरीदे हैं. ओके, एंड इफ़ यू लुक एट, देयर आर 2 पार्ट्स इन फ्लैट. वन इज़ लैंड एंड वन इज़ कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड सम फिनिशिंग पार्ट. अगर किसी ने लोगों ने फ्लैट बुक किया है, बराबर है, अगर फ्लैट आमने सामने देखे तो लाइबिलिटी में 5000 की कंपेरिजन में खाली 1000 का फ़र्क है. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट फ्लैट ओनर्स आर सफरर, जिसने लोन दिए सफर, एवरीबडी सफरर. इफ गवर्नमेंट टेक ए प्रोजेक्ट लाइक दिस एंड इन्फ्यूज सम फंड इन सच ए वे दैट देयर इज एमिकेबल सॉल्यूशन बिटवीन ऑल, then it is possible and feasible. And every time you don't have to go to knock the government. Now because of that, almost all flats are ready. 10%, 20% work is there, and now flat cannot be sold, and they don't get a possession. So these are now they made an innovative idea and they started working on it. This is done. If India can focus, everything is well written. Insolvency resolution code has a detailed program on that. Once you write down these in detail, it is possible and feasible that any project is put on a hold on a website, project detail. There would be a funder and buyer and supplier. They would match, and you can make the project which is unviable into viable and make the Indian economy functioning. This is the most important thing which we can take, and I think many projects can be completed and India can be on top. GDP can be grown because no funding is required. These are all आमने सामने funding हो जाएगा. Next slide please. Next. Auditor को जेल में डाल दिया. This is out of box approach. NCLT in this thing. Next slide please. So मैंने अब तक क्या बोला? 300 करोड़ गोल्ड खरीदते हैं. दूसरा क्या बोला? कोल बेस्ड प्रोजेक्ट. क्या बोला? चाइना सिंड्रोम्स. थर्ड, ease of doing business. Fourth, management of a fund. Fifth, we are importing coal up to $22 billion. बराबर है. कोल में क्या चाहिए? If you look at mining of a coal, you have to have a machine, drill करता है, जाओ नीचे कोल पड़ा है, निकाल दो, उसको एक जगह पे डाल दो, उसको पानी से साफ कर दो, निकाल दो. Is it requires a very good art of technology? Absolutely, India can do it. कभी बार खरीद लो, अभी लाओ implement करो. But why we are not able to do that? Because of one thing, we have never implemented a technology there. We have not implemented an infusion of capital there. We have not started e-bidding them. We have not started giving them a safety who buy them. ये कुछ रिमोट जगह पे है जहाँ नक्सलिस्ट और काफ़ी लोग हैं, उनको अगर साफ कर दो, अगर 4 करो तो ये $22 बिलियन का हमारा इंपोर्ट कम हो जाएगा. जैसे ही कम हो जाएगा पॉसिबल. मैंने पहले ये करने के बाद में we can have a very good economy there because of that. Next slide please. I give you an example here. Here my auto industry is currently on the top of the world. Our 50%, almost 50% of our manufacturing sector comes from auto industry. अगर ये ऑटो इंडस्ट्री में आज लोग बोलते हैं मंदी है, बराबर है, मैं बोलता हूँ मंदी नहीं है, because people differ buyer because of B4 B6 issue. Number 2, our NBFC is poor. NBFC जो पहले पंप मनी करती थी अभी नहीं करती है, because of that. Number 3, Ola, Uber and many things have come. Because of that, the convenience of mode which were preferred पहले वो parking issue है. So people avoid buying cars rather than having a car and keeping it in a problem. So these are the third issue. Fourth issue, third party insurance you have to take in advance. Okay. Does that mean that our industry is not able to manufacture cars very well? No way. So अगर कोई अगर बोलता है कि ऑटो इंडस्ट्री और हमारी इकोनॉमी पुअर है तो उसमें कुछ दम नहीं है. And Maruti, when Maruti was one of the first company in Asia to collaborate with Suzuki, and today Maruti is #1 manufacturer of car. They export car to even China also. They export to other country. Now why I am talking about auto industry? Why cannot we do in other industry? Garment, pharma is lag behind. Pharma is a different issue. I will talk it like that. Pharma, we become an intermediary product rather than having it go in the matter. But that issue will be shorter. But another 10 years time, another 15 years time, pharma would be controlled by China because they have done a lot of homework. Once we started doing homework, we can do it. But in other industry, we can go ahead. Next slide. अपनी कौन सी इंडस्ट्री है मैंने नाम नहीं दिया है, but agriculture. I give you an example of Amul. How Amul was started. सरदार पटेल ने डिसाइड किया कि हमारा एक इश्यू है दूध का. इन्होंने एक हर्ष एच पटेल करके एक आदमी को अपॉइंट किया कि यू टेक केयर ऑफ मिल्क इंडस्ट्री. ही अपॉइंटेड कोरियन. So there are a person who is at home affairs, there are implementer management and modular. Today Amul has become one of the most multinational company. So what you require is a person who has a vision, administrator, things are done. And we can have 100 Amul. If you look at very simple, illiterate, not illiterate, I should say that, out of box, Baba Ramdev. Today he's क्या बोलते Patanjali. He's beating the world. Why cannot we have it other person? Why cannot have 100 Patanjali? Why cannot we go abroad and do it? We are the champion of the champion. Agriculture में है क्या? There are simple SOPs are required. Certain SOPs are required. Okay? जैसे अभी इशू है दिल्ली में, छोटा इशू है ये क्रॉप बनने का, उसको तुम एक बार एक SOP बना दो, थोड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दो, तो दैट जो क्रॉप बर्निंग है बिकम ए प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस फॉर अस. वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट बोलते हैं उसको. देयर आर मेनी लाइक एग्रीकल्चर में क्या होता है कि जैसे बटाका कोई भी प्रोडक्ट है वो बिकम ऑब्सोलेट वेरी सोन. सो वी नीड टू हैव अ वेरी रोबस्ट वेयर हाउसिंग सिस्टम. वी नीड टू हैव दैट प्रोडक्ट कन्वर्टेड इनटू ए सेलेबल गुड्स, सेलेबल मटेरियल फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म. इसको एक्सपोर्ट भी कर सकते हो. इट रिक्वायर्स वेरी लिटिल टेक्नोलॉजी, बट वी कैन डू इट. We are very poor in matter. Small SOP can make a difference in this thing. These are self-goal. Next, Now, this we will take later on. Now we are concluding this session with this. Like what now income tax में क्या change आएगा? Small changes. Now, if you buy some today, some of the shares, or if you start investing in some of the industry which are going to grow in a 10 years time, construction industry, okay, and you can go to a tier 2 city. Tier 1 city is Ahmedabad, Delhi, Chennai, Bombay, Calcutta. Now you can go beyond that. Small Kalol, there are different cities. They are going to go faster, and it is very easy to stay and establish there. So you choose an industry, you choose a place where you need to invest the money. So if you start writing down, jotting, you can start a business at few places. You can start manufacture at places. You can start service sector. I can assure you, there are many foreign countries want to take our services, which you can outsource from big city to a small city where the cost of living is low, cost of implementation is low. So India signing is beyond imagination. With this, I assure you, 5 trillion is not only achievable, but achievable with many more last slide, with easily and effortlessly. ये हो सकता है. You can ask me any question at this place. So what is my takeaway? IT is going to grow, GST is going to grow, you can invest in shares, anything you do, India is going to shine. And I'm a ISACA chapter president. Anybody who wants to do CISA, CSAM or any security courses, we are going to support you with material and everything. Just we want to see that we India beat China. Don't talk about Pakistan. Don't talk about any nonsense thing. Just only think about positive. Bring India to a new level. Thank you very much.